Mollie Cecilia Tibbetts, a name etched in memory, forever linked to a tragedy that shook a nation. Born on May 8, 1998, Mollie's story began in the heartland of America, in the small town of Brooklyn, Iowa. From the very start, Mollie possessed a vibrancy that touched everyone she met. Her laughter was infectious, her spirit unyielding, her heart a beacon of kindness. This is the story of Mollie Tibbetts, a life tragically cut short, but a life that deserves to be remembered, honored, and understood. Upon graduating from BGM High School in 2017, Mollie embarked on a new chapter in her life at the University of Iowa. The small-town girl was ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities of college life in Iowa City. She pursued a degree in psychology, driven by a desire to understand the complexities of the human mind and to help others navigate life's challenges. College wasn't just about academics for Mollie. She immersed herself in campus life, joining the cheerleading squad and embracing the camaraderie of her fellow students. While navigating the demands of college life, Mollie remained deeply connected to her family and her roots in Brooklyn. Love blossomed in Mollie's life when she met Dalton Jack, a young man who shared her zest for life and her kind heart. Their relationship was marked by laughter, shared dreams, and a deep affection that touched everyone around them. Summer break brought Mollie back to her beloved Brooklyn, where she found joy in reconnecting with childhood friends and embracing the familiar rhythms of small-town life. She secured a summer job at a local daycare center, her natural warmth and nurturing spirit making her a favorite among the children. Mollie was preparing to return to Iowa City for her sophomore year of college, eager to reunite with friends and continue her studies. On the evening of July 18, 2018, a Wednesday, the usual tranquility of Brooklyn, Iowa, was shattered. Mollie Tibbetts, a vibrant and beloved 20-year-old, vanished while out for an evening jog. The disappearance of the young college student sent shockwaves through the small town and beyond, leaving her family and friends grappling with agonizing uncertainty. Her boyfriend, Dalton, unable to reach her by phone, alerted her family. Frantic calls were made, desperate searches were launched, but Mollie had vanished without a trace. The news of Mollie's disappearance spread like wildfire, igniting a massive search effort that drew in law enforcement agencies from across the state. As days turned into weeks, fear and suspicion cast long shadows over Brooklyn, Iowa. The once peaceful community, where neighbors knew each other by name, was now gripped by a sense of vulnerability and unease. The community rallied around Mollie's family, organizing search parties that combed through fields, woods, and abandoned buildings. Flyers bearing Mollie's smiling face were plastered on every available surface, a constant plea for information that could bring her home. Yet, despite the tireless efforts of volunteers and law enforcement, Mollie remained elusive, her disappearance a chilling enigma that defied explanation. The investigation into Mollie Tibbetts' disappearance became a national news story, captivating the attention of a nation desperate for answers. The media descended upon Brooklyn, their cameras capturing the anguish of a community clinging to hope and the relentless efforts of law enforcement determined to find Mollie. The intense media scrutiny brought forth a wave of tips and leads, some credible, others fueled by speculation and rumor. Yet, despite their best efforts, many leads proved to be dead ends, each false hope deepening the despair felt by Mollie's loved ones and the community that yearned for her safe return. Weeks into the investigation, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source, a surveillance camera. A homeowner's security system, positioned along one of Mollie's regular jogging routes, had captured grainy footage of a black Chevy Malibu circling the area around the time of her disappearance. The vehicle, spotted multiple times on the video, became a focal point for investigators, offering a tangible lead in a case that had been plagued by dead ends and false hope. The identification of the vehicle marked a turning point in the investigation, shifting the focus from a missing person case to the grim possibility of foul play. The investigation into the black Chevy Malibu led authorities to a local farm, where they encountered Cristhian Rivera, a 24-year-old undocumented immigrant from Mexico. Rivera, who worked at the farm, confirmed that he owned a black Chevy Malibu that matched the description of the vehicle captured on the surveillance footage. As investigators delved deeper into Cristhian Rivera's background and movements on the day Mollie Tibbetts vanished, a chilling narrative began to emerge. Surveillance footage placed Rivera's vehicle in the vicinity of Mollie's jogging route, corroborating witness accounts of a suspicious vehicle matching the description of Rivera's Malibu. The mounting evidence, while circumstantial, painted a picture of Rivera as a man with something to hide, a shadow lurking in the background of Mollie's final moments. The revelation that the man now at the center of the investigation was an undocumented immigrant ignited a firestorm of controversy, adding another layer of complexity to an already tragic case. Amidst the political rhetoric and media frenzy, the people of Brooklyn, Iowa, grappled with a mix of shock, anger, and profound sadness. After hours of interrogation, Cristhian Rivera cracked, his facade of innocence crumbling under the weight of the evidence and the relentless questioning of investigators. His confession, delivered in a chillingly calm demeanor, sent shockwaves through the investigation and extinguished any lingering hope that Mollie Tibbetts might still be alive. Rivera admitted to abducting Mollie as she jogged, claiming that he had become enraged when she rejected his advances. Under the cover of darkness, guided by Rivera's directions, investigators descended upon a remote cornfield, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive stillness of the night. After what seemed like an eternity, their worst fears were confirmed. Concealed beneath a pile of cornstalks, they discovered Mollie's remains, a heartbreaking end to a month-long search that had captivated a nation. The news of Mollie Tibbetts' death and the circumstances surrounding her murder sent shockwaves of grief and outrage across the nation. The small town of Brooklyn, Iowa, once a symbol of Midwestern tranquility, became the epicenter of a national tragedy. Its name forever linked to the brutal slaying of a young woman with a promising future. As the community mourned the loss of one of their own, the wheels of justice began to turn, with prosecutors vowing to seek swift and decisive punishment for the man accused of taking Mollie's life. The trial, a quest for justice, would become a focal point for a nation united in grief and determination. The evening of July 18, 2018, began like any other summer evening in Brooklyn, Iowa. Mollie Tibbetts, earbuds in, her mind lost in thought and the rhythm of her favorite playlist, set out for her usual evening jog. She was a creature of habit, her route predictable, her presence a familiar sight in the quiet neighborhood. But on this night, something sinister awaited her, a shadow lurking in the fading light. At approximately 7:30 p.m., as Mollie rounded a bend on a desolate stretch of road, a black Chevy Malibu, driven by Cristhian Rivera, passed her, only to circle back moments later. In the digital age, our lives are increasingly intertwined with technology, our movements tracked, our habits recorded, our secrets hidden in plain sight within the vast expanse of cyberspace. The investigation into Mollie Tibbetts' disappearance would hinge on unraveling the digital breadcrumbs she unknowingly left behind, a trail of data that would prove crucial in reconstructing her final moments and ultimately lead investigators to her killer. Mollie's smartphone, a constant companion, held a treasure trove of information: text messages, call logs, social media posts, and location data. Her fitness tracker, a testament to her active lifestyle, recorded her every step, her pace, her heart rate, a digital diary of her movements. These devices, once mundane objects, became critical pieces of evidence, their silent testimony whispering secrets that would help to crack the case. As investigators delved deeper into Cristhian Rivera's background and movements on the day Mollie Tibbetts disappeared, a disturbing pattern of behavior began to emerge. Rivera, who had initially denied any involvement in Mollie's abduction, had inadvertently led investigators to a treasure trove of evidence, his every move seemingly designed to incriminate himself. The surveillance footage, a silent witness to the events of that fateful evening, captured Rivera's vehicle circling the area where Mollie was last seen alive. Forensic analysts, their trained eyes scanning every inch of the vehicle, discovered traces of Mollie's blood in the trunk, a chilling confirmation of her fate and a damning link to her killer. The murder of Mollie Tibbetts shattered Brooklyn, Iowa's peace and security. Fear and suspicion became unwelcome residents. Parents now kept a watchful eye on their children. The community, united in grief, struggled with the darkness. The trial of Cristhian Rivera, accused of kidnapping and murdering Mollie Tibbetts, drew national attention. The case ignited debates about immigration, border security, and victims' rights. The prosecution presented a compelling case, detailing Rivera's movements and attempts to cover up his crime. The defense argued Rivera was a victim of circumstance, coerced into a confession. After weeks of testimony, the jury reached a verdict in the trial of Cristhian Rivera, finding him guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Mollie Tibbetts. The verdict, met with a mix of relief, grief, and anger, brought a sense of closure to a case that had captivated the nation and left a community reeling. During the sentencing hearing, Mollie's loved ones shared their heartbreak, their anger, and their enduring love for the young woman whose life was tragically cut short. Their words, raw and powerful, painted a vivid picture of the void left by Mollie's absence and the ripple effects of her murder on their lives. The judge, acknowledging the heinous nature of the crime and the impact on the community, sentenced Rivera to life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring that he would spend the rest of his days behind bars, haunted by the consequences of his actions. Yet, as the gavel fell, a somber truth remained. Some wounds cut too deep to ever truly heal. For Mollie's family, the legal battle ended, but their journey through grief was far from over. The void left by Mollie's absence, a constant ache in their hearts, the community of Brooklyn bore the scars of that summer's tragedy. The tragic death of Mollie Tibbetts became intertwined with the national debate on immigration. Rivera's undocumented status fueled controversy, deepening the political divide. The case became a rallying cry for stricter immigration policies. On the other side, voices defended immigrants, decrying scapegoating. Lost amidst the frenzy was the human cost of the tragedy. Mollie's case highlighted the need for nuanced dialogue and compassionate solutions. In the wake of tragedy, it is often difficult to find solace, to reconcile the permanence of death with the enduring power of memory. Yet, it is in those moments, when grief threatens to consume us, that we must cling to the light, to the legacies of love and hope that those we have lost leave behind. Mollie Tibbetts' life, though tragically cut short, was a testament to the power of kindness. The murder of Mollie Tibbetts shook Brooklyn, Iowa to its core. It was a stark reminder of life's fragility and lurking darkness. Yet from tragedy emerged resilience and a determination to heal. The community honored Mollie by embracing her values. They organized self-defense classes and neighborhood watch programs. Scholarships were created and community gardens planted. Annual events celebrated her life and legacy. The community emerged stronger, more united, and committed. The story of Mollie Tibbetts is a stark reminder of the preciousness of life and the enduring power of love and memory. Though her voice was silenced too soon, her spirit continues to resonate, inspiring acts of kindness and compassion. Mollie's case has prompted calls for increased safety measures for runners and heightened awareness of violence against women. Her story, a catalyst for change, reminds us that love can transcend loss and memory can inspire action. Let us honor Mollie's legacy by embracing kindness, compassion, and determination. Every act of kindness we perform ensures her light continues to shine brightly. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you for joining us and for subscribing to our channel.